Obviously, this is a very exciting time of year for us. Training camp is just around the corner, and this is really the beginning of a new era. We have a new ownership. We have a lot of new, fresh faces on this team, and we're very excited to get started. In fact, we're so excited we're getting started at 12:01, first possible day that we can get to it. We have a lot of work ahead of us. In the off season when Ted and his group took over. When I first met with Ted, we had a great meeting, and he said his philosophy was to try to build through the draft with young players, and to try to get a group that we can form a foundation with, so we can be playoff contenders for many years to come, and hopefully one day win a championship, obviously. But the whole rebuild really started last year at the trade deadline, when we felt that team we had put together got stale, and we needed to make changes. And what that did, it opened up a lot of opportunities for our young players to play last year. At the end of the season, I think Andre, JaVale, and Nick had some real good moments and got valuable experience. And then in this offseason, we're fortunate to get 3 first-round picks, obviously led by John and Kevin Seraphin and Trevor Booker. And we're also able to pick up some players with our salary cap room in Kirk Heinrich, who's a very, very solid veteran, good leader, and Yi Jian Lee, and who was a number 6 pick just a few years back. So we feel like we've put together a group of young players that can grow. We'll have to see how the whole thing comes together and who fits in to a lot of excitement. There's a lot of enthusiasm. We have Gilbert Arenas coming back. He's been here for the last couple of weeks. He looks terrific. He's very upbeat and ready to get back to do what he loves to do, and that's play basketball. So it's an exciting time. We can't wait to get started, and we're going to see how the whole thing comes together. It's really about the players getting started, to be the first team out there. This is a new type of environment we're trying to create. We're trying to create an environment of teamwork, of hard play. We want to get players on this team that are extremely competitive and about winning. And the reason we wanted to get started before anybody else is because we're anxious. I think our young players are anxious to get started. We're anxious to get started, and it's a fresh start, a new beginning for everybody. Well, obviously, we've made no secret of the fact that we are rebuilding. And again, that started last year at the trade deadline, and we have a lot of young players on this team. We have a few veterans who we're going to depend on for leadership, but we want to be competitive. We want to play hard, aggressive basketball, and we want to improve as the season goes along. And you never know what can happen in the NBA. It's a long season. Some teams come together quicker than other teams, but we want to see improvement as the season goes along. The player development for us is going to be extremely important, not only in training camp, but throughout the whole season. And if these players stick together, continue to work hard, play with passion and intensity, I think that's what we're going to be looking for, and then let the chips fall where they may. Well, as I said, when we had our meetings, what we wanted to do, we wanted to get younger, we wanted to get more athletic, but we also wanted to get tougher from a defensive standpoint and a physical standpoint. And with Kirk Heinrich and Josh Howard, these guys are very good defenders and are used to mixing it up. And Trevor Booker and Kevin Seraphin also like to throw their bodies around. I mean, Kevin Seraphin, not many people have seen him. He's only 20 years old, but he's about 275 pounds and has quick feet and good hands. And he likes to mix it up a little bit. Now, he has a lot to learn, like any young player, but we were looking for players that can give us a little more physicality in the front court and also in the back court. So in 20, 21 years that I've been a general manager, this is probably one of the most anticipated seasons I've had, just to see how these guys come together, how they develop. And I said, as I said before, what we're looking for really is a good effort, competitive guys, and guys that are going to improve individually and as a team as the season goes along. I'm always very excited at the beginning of the season. It's a fresh start. This is even more exciting because this is really the beginning of a new era. As somebody said, I've been pretty fortunate that I've always been on teams with veteran players who are ready to compete and do some things and get to the playoffs. But we felt like we were like that last year at this time, and so did most of the people that were evaluating teams. We had a very good, solid group of veteran players that were very competitive. It just didn't happen for several reasons. Like I said, it got stale, and changes needed to be made. And this new freshness is exciting to me. You know, when I talk to Ted again, he has a way of getting you pumped up and getting you excited. And I think watching our young players play and play with the energy and enthusiasm and the intensity that they've been playing with the last couple of weeks, that gets me excited. And it's exciting to see how the whole thing can come together.